Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. So I am standing in my laser room, as you can see with the sign behind me. That is a laser symbol. So why am I in this room? Well, first of all, I have a super fun day today. I start off right away with doing a vaginal rejuvenation this morning, followed by some IVs, an initial consult. I have a medical marijuana consult, I have a CVAC pod, and some aesthetics. So I have a super fun-filled day with just pretty much all the services that I offer in this practice. But what I really wanted to focus on, because I haven't talked about it for a long time, is the laser machine that I have. It is called the Juliet by Cutera, and it's a Erbium YAG Laser Machine. It has two functions. It's a dual purpose machine. So this morning I'm going to be using for one of my female patients the vaginal rejuvenation portion of it. The other one is going to be skin laser resurfacing, which is really, really neat. So what I want to talk about a little is, what is vaginal rejuvenation? Basically, it's a procedure that improves not only the external aesthetics of the vagina, vulva, and labia, but also the internal aspect of it, the muscle, the tissues, which can become elongated and lax due to a couple of factors: hormonal changes due to menopause, childbirth, and also weight gain. What happens is women tend to feel some pain during sexual intercourse, perhaps even during activities like bike riding or horseback riding, or even during exercise with some urinary incontinence. They may experience vaginal dryness, which causes painful intercourse and decreased stimulation and lubrication down there. So what the laser does is basically it causes micro injury in the tissue. It uses a cold laser and then a warm laser in 2 cycles, and it creates these micro injuries, and it has to heal. So pretty much anything you do to the body, if you cause injury, the body's innate mechanism is to heal. So when I do RF microneedling, for example, when we're doing it on the face, we're causing injuries, and that allows collagen to rejuvenate, to start growing again. The tissue becomes plump and moist. So that's the real aspect of this. So who are ideal candidates? Basically any woman who feels that she's had a change down there. So those factors I discussed before. Usually women going through menopause are going to experience that because of the drop in hormones and estrogen, which does cause vaginal dryness, as well as dyspareunia, which would be painful sexual intercourse. And you get basically very thin tissue down there. It starts atrophying, kind of becomes like crepe paper. So it's not very pleasurable anymore. And by doing this procedure, you can improve the quality of the tissue down there, improve upon the vaginal dryness, causing a little more lubrication down there. Even some women have reported improvement in their urinary incontinence, which is huge, because after childbirth or weight gain, you can have those muscles become really lax, and that's when the bladder kind of drops. And maybe perhaps during exercise, I'm sure a lot of women have experienced it, jumping up and down, coughing, sneezing. Those are issues that you can experience. So I'm just going to show you here. So this machine, basically you can use, this part is going to be for the vaginal rejuvenation part, obviously. So like I said, this gets inserted. It's kind of like they get set up for a pap smear. And it's a very quick procedure and it's painless. There's really no downtime. We only advise patients not to have sexual intercourse about 3 days after the procedure. Also, you shouldn't be on your period when you get the procedure done. Then there's another attachment. This is why it's a dual purpose, dual function machine, which we can use for skin laser resurfacing, which is really awesome to give you that smooth, even tone and complexion. And the Erbium YAG laser is awesome. There's also a CO2 laser. I personally love the Erbium YAG laser, and I've had some really great results, especially in Florida, where you have people who have sun damage, those kind of liver spots, aging spots. It really kind of burns the surface of the skin to allow it to regenerate. So you get regrowth of new, even skin. So that's a real bonus for a lot of people, especially when we live in a place where there is a lot of sun exposure, people who grew up with a lot of sun exposure. So all these things are super, super exciting, and I just wanted to share with you what goes on in my day and what I do when I am talking about aesthetics and using my machines. So if you have any questions or you want to learn more about the laser, vaginal rejuvenation, or skin laser resurfacing, make sure you go to my website, www.synergistic.health.com, or call us at 727-754-2936. Hope you all have a really wonderful week.